This is Game On.
Don't give up, Charlie Brown.
This is a Thor News presentation.
Stay cool.
Hit the button, baby.
Short term, it's troublesome.
Yes.
That's true.
Let's get a check on the weekend weather now with Helen Willits. And is it going to be a wet one?
It's a mixed bag.
Hello there.
Across the London skyline, it's been a thoroughly miserable sort of day and windy, of course. And the reason, Storm Eric has been bearing down on us. This was named by Met Area, the Irish Met Office, and you can see here that swirl of cloud. This is the band of rain that's been sitting across the southeast, giving us a very soggy day, wasn't it?
A difference with temperatures across North America really is the difference between the type of weather you get at the moment.
Moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. You've got those waves of upper level energy and that boundary, which is going to give us the heavy rain in places that are just saying no mas. They don't need it anymore, but sure enough, that's going to be on the docket.
And as we check on the wave heights right now, about 17, 19, almost 20 feet in some of these locations north of Oahu, but they are going to be increasing, especially by later this afternoon. And look at this. We're talking waves 30 to 60 feet. I know surfers like the 30-footers, but 60, that is downright dangerous even for the experts. There's the center. And those very strong winds definitely building up the waves and then eventually sending them down toward the beaches here in Hawaii by later this afternoon and this evening. So notice the pink on this map. We're talking about 45, 55, close to 60-foot waves. And unfortunately, affecting boats and piers. It is possible we could see some coastal flooding with this. Here's a look at our wave height forecast. Again, watch for the 25 to 35 and even plus. So there's the red showing up on the map. Again, affecting those north-facing beaches here around Oahu and also Kahului being affected as well. So definitely a dangerous time.
A series of storms will move across the Midwest and the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast for the beginning of the new week. And that will give us some slippery travel episodes. Episode number 1.
All right, well, Constable Ed Sanchuk, make sure you clear off all your windows, including your windshield. If you can't see it, how can you avoid it? Drive safe.
After days of storms in Southern California, the beaches are starting to look nasty.
The heavy rainfall. And you got to remember, too, the ground situation. Forget about what's going to go from the skies to the ground itself, but the ground, period, you've got saturation. So any additional moisture is going to cause runoff. The runoff is going to cause flooding. And sure enough, with this possibility that could play out anywhere from 3 to 5, this could be frightening. This could be dangerous. Please be careful and about from this point all the way through Tuesday evening. Could be especially heavy near Nashville, where Nashville, we had some flooding there just last week with water rescues. Well, look at this. The flash flooding possible through tomorrow morning could be very dangerous. The morning drive from Louisville to Paducah, Little Rock, Nashville, and even spots like Memphis, Tennessee.
Bitterly cold air still sitting, particularly across northwestern half of Canada, and it's bumping into some warm, moist air moving up through the Gulf of Mexico at the moment. Where the two meet, well, that's where we've got a dividing line between rain, maybe some freezing rain, and then more significant snow moving gradually eastwards across the Great Lakes. That is going to bring some heavy snowfall and the potential for some travel disruption. At the same time, we've still got some heavy snow across the Rockies and still some snow showers to come into the northwest, where it has been pretty stormy over the last few days. So some snow showers to come down into Vancouver, also perhaps into parts of Washington State and in Oregon as well. We'll see a few snow showers, more significant snow to come across the Rockies. The snow is heading in your direction, and it looks as though we will continue to see that wet weather. Now, across parts of Tennessee, we could have some tornadic activities.
Yeah, and Maya, not done with Mammoth. We got another foot on the way to a 1.5 feet. Salt Lake City around the benches and the Wasatch, much more snow for the ski resorts. Then the system comes out of the Rockies into the plains. We do have the air cold enough to the north, it's going to be all snow, but it gets tricky when you get closer to that 32-degree line and some warm air coming in aloft. That means we're talking a wintry mix, some icy precip, places like Kansas City, Kirksville, Missouri, and on even into Chicago. This is a Tuesday. Okay, so Tuesday afternoon now we see the rain to the south and even over towards Detroit. Freezing rain is going to be an issue for places like Saginaw, Michigan, but Minneapolis, it is all snow throughout much of the day Tuesday, and then eventually the system clears on out and becomes the problem for the Northeast, actually. And then eventually by the middle of the week, it's going to be a pretty heavy snow, especially for the interior sections of the Northeast. Again, Boston, a close call, being right on the coastline. As you guys know, it can be very tricky depending on how much warm air gets in, the timing of it, and of course, that will determine the snowfall totals. So So here's a look at Tuesday morning. We get up, we see the snow coming down outside the window in Philadelphia. It's also snowing in Rochester, moving into Syracuse by later in the morning, down the Mohawk Valley into the Berkshires, with the snow arriving in Boston by about 1 or 2 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. But then look what happens. All kinds of colors on the map. You've got the pink, that's your freezing rain for the Catskills and Poconos. It's all rain down towards the Long Island Expressway into New York City. Boston, still snowing though, so we'll see if it hangs on. So this is where we think we're going to see the most accumulation. This is your sweet spot because you stay all snow. You're not going to have much mixing going on. 2 feet is possible, but then eventually things do fill in.
It does fill in indeed, and that means we could see more of the same, more of a wintry mix, certainly in the colder air. What a banner year it has been for all your ski resorts out west. I mean, just amazing. A truck driver, you got to make your way up down the I-5. It's going to be treacherous. It really is. Be careful out there,
I-80's been closed
because
of the storm.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's not just this one. We see another one coming on through. So just a parade of Pacific storms.
Short term,
not
it's
so much.
troublesome. That's true.
Snow spreads across the Midwest towards the Mid-Atlantic states. Then on Monday, a strong storm winds up. So precipitation starts off as snow, and as a weak coastal forms, we will see a transition from snow to some ice. So that will make for some dangerous travel. So here's how we break it down for you. Sunday into Sunday night, slippery roads, sidewalks, general coating to up to 3 inches for some. And look at that wide swath of snow all the way from Iowa over towards New Jersey. So Sunday into Sunday night, little wintry mix farther south. Then the next storm hooks its way up towards the Great Lakes.
And there it is, that heavy rain starting to clear away. I'm hopeful that it will do, but there are lots of showers lining up to come in, and the winds remain really strong and squally. So as I say, there are Met Office warnings out at the moment for the wind and the rain. This is Sunday's system. This is the cold air starting to dig in, and things are looking pretty unsettled and wintry.
As always the case in weather, each event is different.
This is Game On.
Wave after wave after wave.